Now let us look at the plan again. In this plan, we have planned a beam over here. We have the beam network already made over here. Now let me have a look at the balcony part again. For this balcony part, I can keep this beam, but I can do without them also. I can have this balcony as a cantilever projection from here. If that is the thing, do I really need the beam over here? So what I will do is, I will knock off this beam. I don't need this beam over here. If this beam is not needed, I can even knock off this beam over here. So this becomes my cantilever slab. This slab, the balcony slab, will be projecting out from the kitchen slab. Please note, for this balcony slab, in this direction, the distance is 1.6 meters. From the face of the beam to here, it is 1.6 meters. In this direction, the distance from here to outside is 3.2 meters. Any intelligent engineer will not design the balcony to be a cantilever from this side, but will design it in this direction, because since the span is less for the cantilever, since the span is less, when we are taking the UDL part of the loading, the bending moment is WL squared by 2. So L squared term appears in that. So as the L increases, the bending moment increases as a square of L. So designing it in the shorter direction, that much lesser bending moment would be appearing, that much lesser steel will be required, that much economy we can give. So this particular balcony slab can become a cantilever slab, and we have knocked off this beam which would unnecessarily project down from the slab. There is no wall over here, there is no wall over here at the bottom to actually hide the beams, to actually conceal the beams. So the beams would be seen. So I would prefer knocking them off. I have removed them off. I don't want the beam in this direction. I would not prefer the beam in this direction. Now this slab, as I have said, is a overhang, or it's a cantilever slab which is cantilevering out from the kitchen. Now let us look at this. This is a proper slab, simply supported slab. All the 4 beams are necessary. Similarly over here, all the 4 beams on all the 4 sides are necessary. Over here we have changed this into a cantilever slab. Coming to this, perfect. We have beams on all the 4 sides, we need them. Now look at this. I feel these 2 beams are coming too close to one another. There is one beam here, there is one beam here. Now the placement of the bedroom beam, this beam is nice because the beam has been placed in this direction. The beam offset from the wall will be seen only inside. The beam will be projecting only inside. It will not be projecting outside. Please note, this beam could have been provided in any of the directions. It could have been here or it could have been here. If it is provided like this, from the hall above this partition wall, this projection of the beam would be seen. That does not look appealing. So we prefer that the beam shift in the other direction. If the beam is shifted in the other direction, from the hall where the guests are sitting, they find that the line of the beam and the line of the this partition wall or this thin wall, the line is same. No one will be able to make out that there is a beam over here. Now obviously from the bedroom, when someone sees on top, this difference will be seen. The beam projecting out will be seen. But that is always better because it is in the bedroom. Only the owner will be able to see. The guests will not be able to see that. Now let us look at these beam over here. These beam is too close for comfort. We actually don't even need this beam. This beam can be removed off from here. But removing of this beam creates a problem for this slab. It does not get supported on this side. So what we can do is, instead we can keep this as an arch. It would be a nice thing to keep an arch over here, a small stub beam, a small beam with a lesser depth coming over here because it is having only the wall load and having a nice arch over here from column to column, whatever. Now that would be a nice thing. If at all we can keep this as a arch, it would be really nice. So something like this. So I would like to make this as a arch, a circular arch, something like this. Now if there is a circular arch, I don't have any problem because the circular arch will be taking the load from the slab. From the slab the load can go on this arch. This small slab is supported by this beam, this arch and this beam over here. Now this arch, obviously we will be having a small beam on top, small depth beam on top, so there is no problem. So we have knocked off another beam, big beam over there, and we have given a design arch over here. Obviously this arch we need to discuss with the architect and see what the architect is saying. If the architect is not happy with the arch, we need to knock off the arch and keep only a stub beam over there, a short depth beam over there which can come over here. So right now we will think that there is a stub beam over there. In case necessary, if the architect permits, then we will provide a arch over here. So now we see that this hall is supported, well supported, toilet is well supported, this also is well supported. Coming further, good support over here to this one. Now over here I find that there is a huge network. That's my balcony space, that's my veranda space, and I'm not very happy about this. One beam coming over here, another beam coming over here, and there is a beam coming over here. So rather than doing the changes directly, I would also like to have a look at what is happening at the ground floor, whether all the beams would be going on within the ground. So let us have a look at what is happening over here, and then we will take a call on these beams. So I go over here, I check my ground floor plan. Let me remove the first floor and let us have a look. Now when I look at this, there is my entrance, there is my garage, and this is beyond the building. This is beyond the building part. Can I not have a simple cantilever over here projection? Only have the beam over here, beam over here. So this beam over here like this. Okay, so let's show it like this. Yeah. Over here, do I really need these beams? Because these beams are much away from the entrance. So what I will do is, I'll knock off this beam. I will knock off this beam. I would not prefer those beams. Let the slab be there. It is a cantilever slab from here. Similarly in this direction, like the way we have decided for the cantilever slab. So that's a slab line coming over here. There is no beam. There is no beam over here. So now that makes some sense. I have the entrance. The entrance is covered by the beams. The garage is covered by the beams. And this portion over here, there is no beam sticking out. It's a nice plain slab which one can see. So this is going beyond the entrance over here. Let us have a look at what is happening on the first floor now. So when I'm looking at the first floor, so when I look at it, well, there is no problem. The beam comes here, the beam comes here, the balcony is supported, this portion is supported, and this portion becomes a cantilever coming out from here. It becomes a cantilever coming out from here. So now look at the arrangement. We have changed some things and we have got a new framework. If you have observed, the new framework has lesser number of beams. Two beams we have reduced from here, and some beams we have removed from here. The cantilever beams we have removed. There was a long beam over here, those we have removed. So this is a projection part. So having done that, we have got the framework on the first floor. Now we know that all the walls are supported on the beams. Now let us see if all the beams get concealed in the walls on the ground floor. This is the final part before going ahead with the design. So we have to look at the ground floor and see that there are no beams sticking out of the wall, because in that case, if it is sticking out of the wall, then they will not be looking good. As aesthetically it would be unpleasing, not very pleasing. Now the blue lines on the plan, it tells me that at all the positions the beams are going within the walls. The beams are going within the walls. Same thing over here, the projection is inside. Over here also the projection is inside, no problem. There is dining supported over here, garage. See here, garage wall is there, so in that wall the beam is there. That's the entrance portion, that's the main entrance over here, the staircase portion. So I feel that everywhere over here the beams are directly going within the walls. So now today, in this today's session, what we have done is we have seen that all the slabs get properly, thoroughly loaded, supported on the beams. The beams are well connected either with the other beams or they are well connected with the columns. The beams take the load from the walls and the slabs, and along with its self weight transfer the reactions either to the other beams or to the columns. What we have also done is at some places we have removed the beams so as to give aesthetics to the structure. Giving cantilever projection, giving a cantilever slab at relevant places will be giving me a smooth slab at the bottom, at the below, so there is no beam sticking out, projecting out and creating a displeasing effect. So we have actually planned the beams, and in the next session now we will be naming the columns, naming the beams, naming the slabs, and taking the loads from the slabs on the beams and then designing the beams. So in designing of the beams, this is the first step, putting the beams below the first floor walls so that all the load from the walls come on the beam, keeping in mind that the slabs have to be supported on all the sides by the beams. Having done that, we have to look at the ground floor and see that on the ground floor the beams get concealed within the walls. Everywhere the beams get concealed within the walls. Once the beams get concealed within the walls, the look of the structure is pleasing. Everyone would be preferring that structure. So in the next session we will be starting to design the beams by taking the loadings.